Alrighty guys, we have started the camera test off. iPhone 17 Pro Max on my left hand side and the 16 Pro Max on the right. I'm just going to do a few different tests like we usually do. Nothing too crazy. Now we are obviously recording with the front facing camera 4K. There's a spider right in front of me at 30 frames a second, which looks fantastic. Oh, just got a big spider web across my face, which is great. So yeah, we are recording at 4K 30 frames a second right now. Like I said to you, with the new 18 megapixel center stage camera on the 17 Pro Max as well. So we'll see the difference. It looks straight away that the 17 Pro Max is a little bit wider off the bat. And the 16 Pro Max is, yeah, a little bit more zoomed in. Dynamic range looks good on both. They both look fantastic, but side by side, we'll see what the difference is. Me looking at them, can't really determine much right now. But yeah, that is what we're gonna do. This test, then we're going to flip the cameras around, do a few photo tests as well, as we usually do, to see the difference between the two cameras. Running into all these spider webs right now in the middle of the bush. So I really want to see how the mics do, stabilization as I'm walking right now. Yeah, see how stable it is. I've heard the new center stage camera, because it can get more because of the square sensor, get more in the frame, it actually is more stable apparently. So it'd be a good test to see how that goes as well. Without further ado, let's switch over to the main cameras, ultra wide cameras and telephoto, and we'll check out the new 8 times zoom telephoto as well and see how that goes. So in 3, 2, 1, we're going to switch over to the main camera. So 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, we have switched over now to the main camera. 4K 30 frames a second again. That's what I'm going to be doing this whole time. I'm not going to change frame rates and whatnot. Let's look at the dynamic range. The sun is getting a bit lower, getting ready to set soon. Just having a look straight away into the sun, you can still see, I want to see at night because you can still see the little light reflection on the screen right there on both phones. But I'm pointing this directly at the sun now and it looks pretty good. They side by side, they look very, very similar. I can't really tell much of a difference side by side. I don't know if you guys will be able to or not, but with that nice sun glare, yeah, they both look very similar. HDR is doing really well on both phones as well. Everything looks pretty good. I'll walk up to some of these trees here. Just a bit of a focus test to see how both cameras focus right now. Yeah, they're very similar from just the initial test. I want to hear my voice sounds as well. Let's switch over to the ultra wide and we'll check how that looks as well. Alrighty, we are now using the ultra wide cameras again. Let's have a look. These should be very similar. They're both 48 megapixel from last year as well. Both, like I said, recording at 4K 30 frames a second. Let's flip it around, see what this looks like from here. Sun's behind me, so it'll be very interesting to see how it does with my face, with the sun behind me, how the HDR looks. Both phones, everything, yeah, looks very similar. Let's switch it around where the sun's in my face and let's see how the light is going to be like that. Ultra wide on both the 17 Pro Max and the 16 Pro Max, and I want to hear how the sound quality is as well with the microphones. We have got the optical zoom 4x on the 17 Pro Max and 5x on the 16 Pro Max. You can see the difference right there, aiming how much more zoomed in it is on the right hand side. If I press 8x, which is the new optical zoom now, how much more zoomed in that gets now on the 17 Pro Max. Much better. Right there, you can see the difference right there, looking at that little rabbit, how much more zoomed in it is on the 17 Pro Max. Stability wise, they both seem pretty stable. Obviously one's at 5x, one's at 8x. If I go back to 4x on the left, you guys can see again, I think it's gone from 100 mil to 100, from 125 mil to 100 mil, I'm pretty sure. Just walking around, it's not bad. Again, there's a lot of wind, so I want to see how the stability goes and how my voice sounds as well. Back to 8x. Yeah, it looks pretty good, guys. So that is the telephotos on the 17 Pro Max and the 16 Pro Max. All right, this is cinematic video. Trying to keep this in focus. This is very interesting because there's a lot of parts to this bird and they both keep losing track of it. 17 Pro Max having a harder time. All right, they both keep dropping out and in. It's good to see what it looks like afterwards. Got the sun in the background setting. HDR, how's that going to look as well? All right, this is both phones in action mode. Let's see how they go. Quick little test. See how the stabilization is. It's at 0.5. Right. See what is more stable, or are they exactly the same? Hey guys, this is the front-facing camera at night. There is a bit of light around me, if you guys can see there. Not much though. It is pretty much pitch black out here. I'm gonna just walk through the street and just see what it looks like. The 18 megapixel, like I said, on the 17 Pro Max. The new front-facing center stage camera, and then the 12 megapixel on the 16 Pro Max. Is there a difference? We'll put them side by side and we'll see what comes from it. I'm also going to do a couple photos, see the difference as well. Nothing too major, but yeah, as you guys can see there, we're in literally, there's no light, there's pretty much no light, so it's doing pretty good. And as you guys can see, there's a bit of light behind me. It's gone off. Yeah, this is the backside camera. See what it looks like, low light or pretty much no light at all. See what they both phones come up with, showing a lot more light on the phones than what it actually is in person. So that is the main camera, and that's the only one I'll be doing in the low light, just so you guys get an idea of what everything looks like. All right, I'm going to chuck in a couple videos at night as well, so you guys can see a night test with both the rear facing camera and the front facing camera as well. I'm also going to do a quick cinematic test. I'll find an object and try the cinematic on both phones to see how that looks as well. I'm not going to go too much more than that. You guys will get the idea of both phones now. Just walking around in different lighting conditions. You guys will see my face going into the sun and shadows and whatnot and see what it looks like. I'm going to take a few photos as well after this. And yeah, if you like so far, smash the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the rest of the video for the camera part. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, which one you think is better. And we'll see if the 18 megapixel front-facing camera does actually make a difference. So find out after this.